Hello, everyone. It's 1 p.m. Greetings to everyone from here in windy Tallinn. I hope everyone is having a good afternoon. And so we're starting our practical workshop on asynchronous video interviews in Team Dash. And let's see together how asynchronous video interviews can help you hire faster. So I hope everyone can hear me, see me. You can ask any questions you have in the live chat here we have in Livestorm. So my dear colleagues are here to help and try to answer right away. If there are any questions we can't reach within this workshop, we will definitely follow you up. So we will try to answer every question you have. So my name is Triin. I am the customer success team lead here in Team Dash and hosting this workshop from the customer success team side. And so how this may differ from our other webinars is that during these practical workshops, we dive into the product quite specifically. So we will look into the functionalities and features in quite a detail and so get to know the system a bit better. I'm very happy to show off some new badges we have. Last year, we were voted the best applicant tracking system in both Estonia and in Lithuania. And I'm very, very thankful for our users who have shared their user experience and feedback publicly on the Capterra platform. And I'm really happy to say that we have been honored with the badges of best value, best ease of use, and best customer support based on last year's results. So it's now, we have had a couple of minutes together. I hope everyone is here. And so let's start with our workshop on how asynchronous video interviews help you hire faster. I do assume that I have a lot of Team Dash users in our current audience, but if you are new to Team Dash, then no worries. I'm sure that product is easy and you will be following along what I'm speaking with no worries. But just as an introduction, Team Dash is a customizable talent acquisition software. We're mainly built for in-house talent teams handling diverse roles or high candidate volumes. Now, today's agenda. So we will briefly discuss in general what are asynchronous video interviews. We will cover the key benefits of using video interviews based on a couple of case studies. We will discuss who can benefit from using these video interviews and how to maximize candidate experience. And in addition, we will dive into the product and we can see and learn how to compose asynchronous video interviews in Team Dash and how to put them into use under a specific recruitment project. So what are asynchronous video interviews? I think it's one topic that automatically raises questions on whether we are dehumanizing the recruitment process or automating too much. But I would just maybe take the pressure off and just explain that it's one method of candidate pre-screening. It does not define your whole recruitment process. It's just one component of a broader process that makes up a great recruitment and candidate experience. In essence, the main characteristic is that applicants record their responses to predefined questions, which are then rated by recruiters, hiring managers, and other project collaborators. Now, your questions can be presented via text or video, but applicants must respond in video only. There are actually many service providers offering asynchronous video interviews as a tool, as a service, but inside Team Dash, this functionality is actually built into the system. So this will really kind of offer you a seamless process where you can manage your recruitment processes and then collaborate with your hiring managers inside Team Dash and use those video interviews as well. So this enables a really efficient assessment round, and you can still have everything in one place. So I have composed now two columns. So just to clarify, what are the main differences between having live interviews or asynchronous interviews? So on the internet, you can find that these asynchronous interviews can be called on-demand interviews as well. So just to get on one page with the terminology. So live interviews, this can be the first kind of round of phone calls, video calls, interviews in your organization on site. with candidates after you've chosen successful CVs with whom to progress. But still, this gives you a very limited availability. You have limited resources, your hiring managers have tight schedules, so this already kind of predefines how many candidates can you actually invite to the first round interviews. On the contrary, on-demand interviews, asynchronous interviews are a very scalable interview model. So it doesn't matter if you have 50 submissions or 500 CVs in the first interview or in the first screening stage, the asynchronous interviews really kind of scale up with your recruitment volumes. And this really gives the candidates a better chance to get noticed. And exactly, with live interviews, candidates must adapt to the given schedule. So, of course, understandably, you can offer them time slots within the working hours. But with asynchronous interviews, candidates have the freedom and flexibility to choose when they have the best time to focus, feel fresh, to give video responses to your interview questions. And actually, data shows that Thursdays and Sunday evenings are the most popular times when candidates answer to asynchronous video questions. So these might be, again, a good argument for our candidates to participate in the asynchronous video interview step. When you conduct live phone calls, interviews, then the assessment will rely on the interview structure and the notes you or your hiring managers are able to put down. With asynchronous video interviews, all applicants receive the same set of questions, which already kind of assures some reliability and objective assessment later on. And in addition, the video recordings are saved on the candidate profile. The recruiters, the hiring managers can jump back into the sent recordings. You can review, remind yourself of the candidates, and you have a quicker way to kind of move on and remember what kind of persons are behind those CVs and quickly move on. Yes, so let me see. I think this is now it. Let's see the next slide. I have also included a couple of examples, case studies, which focus on asynchronous video interviews. So the first one is from Goldman Sachs, and you can see the comparison of the recruitment process before and after implementing asynchronous video interviews. And there are two main impacts we can map that have an effect on their recruitments. So before, up to 20% of applicants were interviewed, but after implementing asynchronous video interviews, this number had already almost doubled. So up to 40% participated in a first round interview. And secondly, the number of schools they were able to visit and engaged into the interview stage almost doubled as well. So this means the asynchronous interviews can actually kind of widen the top of your recruitment funnel. You have the option to engage a lot more candidates into the first step of the interview round. And second of all, this can actually provide you with a much more diverse output at the end of the recruitment funnel. So with limited effort, recruiters had more time to get to know the people who were applying to their organization, and they really reached talent from sources that they didn't before. And the second case study is from our own client, actually, KPMG from Estonia, who implemented asynchronous video interviews as actually one of the first customers using Team Dash, and they had very clear targets to save time and to fasten the recruitment process. And there were two main worries. So after receiving applicant the CVs, they had to allocate 30 minutes per applicant for the first interview round. So with asynchronous video interviews, they were able to replace those 30-minute slots with just a couple of minutes to view recordings. And they were able to engage a lot more applicants into the first round and spend less time per one applicant to review the recordings. Secondly, they had a kind of a problem that managers struggled to remember all applicants, because for junior entry-level training programs, the level of applicants can be quite high. And the managers need to kind of stay on top of different projects, different positions, and it kind of became a factor that was slowing down the recruitment processes. And so therefore, after implementing asynchronous video interviews, this kind of brought on a playfulness into the recruitment projects. And actually, managers were much more engaged from the very beginning of the process, as hiring managers can also record video questions. So they were kind of engaged from the beginning, and they loved the options that if you have an enormous pool of new applicants and you have the recorded video answers, you can quickly jump back in, hit replay, and review the applicants and remember like the names and faces and the candidates who you would wish to move forward with. So who should use asynchronous video interviews? My quick assessment would be that everyone, because although KPMG and Goldman Sachs are very good examples for managing quicker and more efficiently entry-level positions, interns, and so on, we have excellent examples from different industries as well. I know that one time I was very surprised that one of our clients used asynchronous video interviews to hire warehouse workers. And to my personal surprise, they had amazing results, a very high conversion rate, and they really got to find good people quickly. And even, I think one of the recent success stories is a construction company who really needed quickly to find people to send on sites to construction works, and really, the asynchronous video interviews, I think, skyrocketed the pace. They were able to find people and allocate to different construction sites really quickly. So I would say that rather assessing if asynchronous video interviews are the right choice for your organization, I would maybe map like what are the positions that would be suitable to use asynchronous video interviews. And mainly, of course, what are the general recommendations is that asynchronous video interviews really help you to pre-screen candidates for positions where you need good communication skills, or you need to assess language skills, public speaking skills. So like me, for example, talking here alone, having a bit like the same experience right now, or exactly customer-facing positions. We have used asynchronous video interviews ourselves when hiring customer success managers into Team Dash. We have had our key learnings as well, which I will share later on. And of course, just people who need to be good with other people in their organizations, like project manager, team leads, and so on. And of course, managing high volume submissions. If you know that you're going to have a lot of incoming applicants and you need to kind of make the pre-screening more efficient, then again, asynchronous video interviews will help you to kind of make the pre-screening faster. And it will really just help you to discover talent, which otherwise might be dismissed based on just a CV. Because I know that I've had, I think 2 times, like very direct feedback that a client of ours tried asynchronous video interviews for the first time. They had a great experience, and they admitted that they found a perfect hire, a very good fit for the organization, for the position. And they admitted that probably if they had assessed only the CV, this person would have been dismissed entirely. So it can really kind of help talent a bit in a broader way than just looking at the CVs. When talking about asynchronous video interviews, I think the candidate experience is one aspect that kind of heats discussion every time, whether it makes the process too automated, whether it kind of dehumanizes it. And so I decided to Google a bit on the candidate experience using asynchronous video interviews. And of course, Reddit, the online forum, is of course source of gold to read about human experience. And they have a thread called Recruiting Hell. And I found 3 quotes from candidates, which I think reflect the main fears candidate might have. But I'm really happy to say that in my next slide, I will offer very concrete solutions to avoid these kind of experiences to happen. So first of all, candidate 1, I get nervous faced with a ticking clock and a reflection of my face. I need to be facing an actual person to speak well. I think this can be really, this fear can be taken off by submitting your questions in video as well. So there's so much we actually read from direct communication, and I think this can be solved with a good interview invite. And the second one, has anyone here had any experience with it? Is it legit? So a candidate has a real concern that maybe it's a scam. And I think this question, what should I expect from the process, is something that can be communicated ahead by the recruitment team. It isn't something that the candidate should Google from the internet. And the third one, I think, is also a very kind of on-spot question or a comment that is a way to weed you out via AI. I think, of course, again, a main concern by candidates that AI is doing everything now. Well, I can assure that in Team Dash, we have lots of AI tools to help you sort and assess candidates, but none of them make decisions on your behalf. So here are the main recommendations to offer a great candidate experience when using asynchronous video interviews in your process. Like I already mentioned, that I really recommend to present your questions in video too. This just gives the candidates the chance to kind of read the formality, your body language, your tone, the usage of language, and just give candidates the context where they are applying to. And it helps to just set up the mood. It takes the pressure off from the candidates who might be doing this for the first time in their life and are maybe not sure how to present themselves. And you can really just use this as an option to introduce you as an employer as well. Now, interview invite. I think a good invite can do the magic, and it will ensure you a good response rate. And so I would just highlight that make sure the invite is friendly. You can highlight the positives, like that the candidates can feel at ease when responding to it. That it's just a second step of asynchronous video interviews, and you can describe whether they have multiple attempts to answer your questions. They can choose the suitable time for them and the location. So just take off the pressure, highlight that it's flexible, it's convenient to the candidates, and communicate as well, like what would they be looking forward if they succeed with the asynchronous video interview. Now, one thing that actually we have experienced ourselves is when hiring for customer success roles is that with one position and with one interview invite, we sent out the invites, saved a lot of time. The process was very quick, but then we saw how our time went to giving out personal feedback to candidates who got rejected. So we got a lot of questions, of course, understandably. Candidates put in their time, their effort to send out the video responses. If they got the rejection letter, it was quite natural that they asked, why was I rejected? So this was kind of a lesson learned. We spent quite a lot of time into giving that personal feedback to these candidates who asked the question. So when the position opened up again, we tweaked our invite a bit, and we added the criteria. If you send us the video responses, what will we be assessing and rating, and who will be the successful candidates with whom we move forward with? And this little kind of addition to the interview invite had a significant impact. And with the second contest, I think we only had a couple of candidates asking, why was I rejected? So these little details, little things can actually have a great impact on the recruitment processes and how much time will some step actually take from you and your managers. And of course, one little detail, don't forget to add the deadline when you send out interview invites, because these tend to have like these dynamic or flexible deadlines. So if you send out an interview invite, then applicants must apply within 3 business days, 4 business days. And so don't forget to add for what time will you expect the answers to. And as I mentioned, Although we have a lot of AI tools within Team Dash, they will not make decisions on your behalf. All right, so let's dive into the product. I will now share my screen and show you Team Dash from the inside. So just a second. Okay. Just a second, bear with me. I can see myself as well. So this is Team Dash. This is my test environment. I hope this is familiar with you if you're seeing this for the first time. This is the projects dashboard where I have an overview of all my recruitment projects and where I can manage my ongoing recruitments. Now, as where to start from composing asynchronous video interviews, I have a quick navigation way from here to video interviews. So again, you can find this video interviews menu from the left side panel as well. I have one example already prepared here for my previous position, Customer Success Manager. So I can just show you and open up the view. When you're starting a new video interview or editing an existing one, you can see that you can add a video interview title. So this is just an internal name used in Team Dash. So you can add your own references here. It will not be visible to the candidates. And now we have a couple of options that you can choose how to compose the video interview. The first one is that you can choose whether to require answers in strict order. By default, we offer that candidates can see all questions that you ask. They can review them and choose the order in which they want to start answering to. But you can turn this on. If you require answers in strict order, then it means that candidates cannot see the second question before they have answered the first one. And so everyone must answer in the same order in the way you have given them the questions. The second one is enforce limits. Now, this is something new. If you have used Team Dash asynchronous video interviews before, then you know that by default we offer quite a candidate-friendly approach, meaning that for each question, for example, I have an example here where I have recorded a question. I have set a response time limit that candidates have 1 minute time frame to answer. I have set that they can have 3 attempts to submit the recording. Now, by default, these are kind of soft limits. They are guiding the candidates that you have 3 attempts, try to stay in the 1 minute limit. If they reach them, they can still move forward. They can have the 4th attempt, 5th attempt. They can still participate in the asynchronous video interview stage. But both the candidates and the recruiters will see a warning that they exceeded the guidelines, and then you can decide whether to move forward with them or not. So why we have originally kept this kind of a very candidate-friendly approach is just that it's quite a technical step for the candidates and things can happen. So maybe they're doing their 3rd attempt in a perfect way, but their battery runs empty, or maybe the dog starts barking, who knows. So we would just take off the support load that recruiters might have from these requests that, I don't know, something happened, can I still apply? And just let the candidates finalize their video answers and submit them. But of course, if you can see that a candidate has submitted their answer with the 13th attempt, even though you guided them to have 3, of course, this is a red flag on its own, and you can decide as a human whether to move forward with them or give a rejected feedback. Now, enforcing the limits. If I toggle the screen, this means that actually these limits you have set for each question are kind of hard limits and will be applied to all applicants in an equal way. So, for example, if the candidate is doing their 3rd attempt and they are reaching the 1 minute time limit, then Team Dash will automatically cut the video recording and will automatically upload the final answer. So the candidates do not have another chance to redo the video or send another attempt. All applicants have the same options. So of course, it might be more objective if you have a very high volume of candidates coming in, or you need to be very objective and treat everyone equally. Then of course, enforcing these limits is the way that you can compose the interview in a more strict way. So as you can see, all these gray boxes present one question. You can just click add and add more. Each question has the response time limit and attempt limit available, so they can differ. If you have a short answer, the response time limit can be shorter, and so on. And usually, in general, we do advise that add maximum 4 questions. This is just a quick pre-screening method, so we wouldn't want to kind of burden the candidates with too many questions. And I would say that the response time limit can stay between 30 seconds and 2 minutes, because keep in mind that this is the time that you can plan out for yourself. How much time do I later want to allocate into reviewing the answers and sharing the recordings with my managers as well. In addition, for example, if I would start a new video interview, then I can set again the title. Let's just say onboarding specialist. I will require answers to be in strict order. I will enforce limits for this questionnaire. So as you can see, I can already record my video questions. Or, of course, you have the freedom to present your questions in text as well. So, for example, why did you apply? Now, what I do recommend, if you're adding your questions in text, then I do advise to use the heading style. It will just make your question pop up in a better way. And of course, we recommend to add questions with an open end, not just yes and no answers, to make the candidates speak more, and you can have a chance to learn how they think and exactly how do they communicate things. Yes, I'm struggling now. And so you can add your questions in here in different boxes. So I would just keep this one question for now. And if you have longer questions, then all these text messages, whether you're composing an email or an asynchronous video interview invite, we have the AI text tool available here as well. So if you feel you want to simplify the language, fix grammar and spelling, or just improve writing, then you can use our AI tool and let them improve your asynchronous video interview questions. So I will just quickly save this example. So you will now see I have 2 video interviews prepared under my settings. If needed, you can always come back to the video interviews. You can clone them, edit them, archive them. And cloning is very beneficial. For example, if you are hiring for a specific team and maybe you have your hiring manager recording a introductional question, for example, or just to kind of greet the candidate into the process as well. It's really easy that you can kind of reuse the hiring manager greeting, introductional question for a future project as well, and then just edit the latter questions specifically for that project. And what I wanted to highlight as well is that if you are composing a video interview invite, and choosing, for example, the type to be video. And then, of course, one way is that I'm prepared here behind my computer and I can record the question, but you can upload the video as well. So this is, I think, very common if you want to engage your hiring managers. You don't have to kind of plan out to come to the office, record the video question inside Team Dash. You can just let the managers record the question with their phone as they go, and when it's suitable for them, they can send you the file and you can upload it here in Team Dash. So again, a great way to introduce the team, the hiring managers, the candidates already, and make a great kind of first impression of you as an employer to the candidates. Now, if I have the video interview prepared, so I will open up a project, just as an example, onboarding specialist 2025. So how can I now send out these asynchronous video interview questions? I firstly recommend to automate this process, as the topic of this workshop was to how to hire faster. And I think automating the flow is one key aspect of making it happen fast. And so I will show you how you can kind of build up the project structure in a way that would support that goal. So I have here different stages called submissions, asynchronous video interview questions, async submitted, live interview, and I would want my candidates to move now from submissions further on. So I will just open the asynchronous video interview questions stage, and I will just add myself a new automated action called video interview. So this will enable me to send out video interview questions automatically to everyone who I seem fit to move along from the CV stage. So I will just write here an internal name, async questions, for example. I will set the trigger to be fully automatic. So for example, if an applicant is moved to this stage, then after 15 minutes, they will automatically receive an invite to participate in the asynchronous video interview stage. I have an invite template prepared. If needed, I can review it. So here you can see I have used some merge tags like hi recipient first name. Thank you. We are excited to invite you to an asynchronous video interview for the position display name. So even though I have one template, it will automatically adapt to my project setup. And here is again like this friendly invite. We have 3 questions, you have 3 attempts. So giving this kind of a soft, friendly invitation to participate, having a deadline inside mentioned as well, a flexibility to start the interview at your convenience, and then the merge tag, interview URL. So this merge tag is a must-have inside this letter, and Team Dash will automatically generate unique links for each candidate. And now if you have a question, where does Team Dash get the information to add a link, then here is the option to choose a video interview. So I'm choosing onboarding specialist. I can see the preview as well. So limits enforced, answers accepted in strict order. I can review my question, add only one. And so I can just review the preview, make sure that my template is all right, and I can save the stage action. So I'm moving myself a bit so I can see I have an automated stage action. If anyone comes in, an invite will be sent out automatically. In addition, ideally, I prefer that if anyone is answering my video interview questions, I would like the system to highlight that an answer has been submitted. So therefore, I have a separate stage to highlight these applicants. And I will add a second automatic stage action. It's called move to stage. So for example, if I have a submission for asynchronous video interviews, I would like Team Dash to automatically move these candidates after 5 minutes to the stage called asynchronous submitted. I will save this stage action. No, sorry. Yes. I was talking and noticed a little mistake. So I want this to be fully automated with my asynchronous video interview questions. So the trigger is automatic after receiving video interview response. Sorry, creating a bit of confusion. Maybe someone already noticed. And again, I think this delay can be really short. So I edited, creating much more confusion. So the move to stage, I will edit this one after receiving video interview response. Now I will save this one. Now to clarify what I was talking about, I have now 2 actions inside my video interview questions stage. First one is if, for example, Rando, a great applicant based on CV. So now automatically, in 15 minutes, Randa will receive the invite to participate in the asynchronous video interview. I can launch this action right away by just clicking on the button. Now, if Randa will submit their video answers, then this action is automatically executed 5 minutes after Team Dash receives the video interview responses. And then Rando will be automatically moved to the next stage. I hope I made it clear now. So, but I don't want actually this stage to be empty as well. If Rando has gone through the effort to give me a video recordings to answer my video interview, I would like him to get a really kind of fast confirmation and a thank you note. So again, I can add a message, let's say confirmation, talking and typing. Again, I think the trigger can be really automatic after time and stage. This is the correct trigger. And I also have a template already prepared, async confirmation, so I can just review if my template is suitable for this project as well. And I can ensure that while Rando is actually just submitting their answers, Team Dash will automatically move his profile to the next stage and will automatically send out a thank you note for participating in the async video interview stage. Now, if I have an answer, a recording is sent, then actually how to again keep this recruitment process fast is that I would like to get feedback quite quickly, right? So I have a hiring manager, Hattie, in the project as well. And if I have some recordings, I would like to Hattie to really quickly review the sent recordings. So to keep this pace up, I can actually set up an automatic action called ping user. And so while the others, which we just set up, are candidate-faced, they will send out invites, letters, emails to the candidates. Then ping user is an internal tool that you can kind of use to remind and keep your hiring managers engaged. So I can just add a little action called ping, and the trigger can be after time in stage. So for example, after Rando has sent his video answers and been moved to this stage, then in 15 minutes, for example, Hattie will have an automated kind of email notification that you have new asynchronous video responses sent. Please come and review. So I will just add very quick references here for Hattie to save the stage action. And now you can see that I have actually 2 automated actions in both stages, just to kind of engage the candidate and then engage the hiring managers to give quick feedback as well. Now, since here, this is the kind of project setup, I will just show you one other project where this flow has been kind of already applied to candidates. So for example, Emmy received the interview invite. And I can actually show you that we have those little colorful icons on the candidate cards. If you see this kind of camera icon in yellow, then it gives you a hint that, for example, Emmy has received this video questions, but she has not answered. And if you have this icon in green, then you can get a hint already that you have some answered asynchronous video interviews on the candidate profile. And you can really click actually on the icons as well. It will directly guide you to the interviews tab on the candidate profile. You can view the invitation. So just to introduce you the candidate view as well. So this is built into Team Dash, this kind of preset candidate view, which will automatically adjust to the interview settings. So for example, recruiter has prepared 2 questions for you. Candidates can see the attempts and time limits. And what is now new, I didn't now recommend one thing that I have always recommended when composing asynchronous video interview invites is that what can candidates do when they face technical difficulties? We have now actually added tech support button into the candidate view. So the candidates, if they have trouble launching their camera or microphone or any other problems occur, then actually candidates have a very convenient way to click tech support. They can send us a message, and our Team Dash customer support will help the candidates to conduct the asynchronous video interview. And so taking the burden off from the recruitment team and managing this kind of candidate help from our side is now something that we have introduced to the candidate views in Team Dash. And yes, and if, for example, Emmy is ready to start, the candidate can click start the interview. Since this interview was conducted in a flexible way or composed in a flexible way, the candidate can review questions, start answering in the order they would prefer, and submit their video recordings to the recruiter. Now, also, I have one example here. So, for example, Triin has submitted already her video responses. I can just really quickly click on the camera icon, and you can see the submitted answers under the interviews tab, and you can view the questions, the answers, and I can already see that the hiring manager has left a comment to move forward with this candidate. I can also leave a comment to the hiring manager by tagging or leaving impressions. So this is a great way that you can kind of share feedback and impressions of the candidate in the same view where you had video recordings. All comments which are added here are also saved under the comments tab, and all project participants have an option to add a quick position fit to rate a candidate, and the project members can see kind of this like overall rating for the position fit from all project members as well. So this is one way that kind of brings together the collaboration with hiring managers as well. So you can use the ping user, you can use the position rating, comments, and of course, if you are already progressing with candidates from the pre-screening with asynchronous video interviews, you can progress the candidates to a live interview and then, for example, use already scorecards to assess their skills and how they match to the current position. Okay, now I think I've run through all the options we have inside Team Dash, and just to wrap up the topic of asynchronous video interviews. From the case study of Goldman Sachs, I found a very good kind of quote from the former head of human capital, that often staying successful is about learning and changing rather than sticking to the tried and true. And I think this is absolutely true regarding asynchronous video interviews, because these are, again, also a process that you can adapt to. With every asynchronous video interview, you learn to know your target audience better. And with each time, you can know how to grow the response rates to make this pre-screening method even more successful to your organization. So that's it for me. I hope you learned useful tricks and tips, or have now an interest to try this tool out. I will later definitely check the chat as well. And if you have any thoughts or comments, what we can maybe complement this topic or any other topic in the future as well, then feel free to share. Thank you for listening to me, and see you soon.